I'm in polishing the samples, trying to get them ready for indentation and also to look at the microstructure. So here is our martensite sample. Here's our tempered martensite sample, and here is our perlite sample. So what you'll notice is these two, I've started to polish them. It's still pretty rough. You can see the scratches, but I've taken that oxide layer off, and I just wanted to wait so you could see sort of the beginning state and how we'll rip that black oxide layer off and get these surfaces nice and polished. All right, so I've polished down so that everything has a nice mirror finish. You can even see me and my cell phone taking this video. So these are now ready. We can go, and in our next step, we can go do some hardness measurements. We're over at the hardness tester. I have the martensite sample loaded in. We're basically gonna run the same experiment. We're going to do a 15-second hold. The only difference is we're gonna use a slightly larger load. Instead of 50 grams force, we're gonna use 200 grams force. And that's just because I wanna make sure these indents are large enough that I can measure them easily. And I suspect that my steel materials will be stronger than my aluminum materials, okay? So what I'll do is I'll go in and do an array of indents, about 10 indents in each sample. I'm also going to do 1 or 2 indents at a very large load, the maximum I can use on this machine, which is 1,000 grams force or 1 kilogram force. And then we're going to inspect these in the optical microscope. All right, so I'm looking at some of those indents. This is a collection of 5 from sample 2. I want to go in and measure the widths of these indents so that I can go and calculate hardness. So the first thing I need to do is calibrate this image. This is using the 10x lens, so I'll apply that to image. And then I can go in and measure lines along these indents to measure their size in the same manner I did when we did this with aluminum, okay? So I'm gonna go in and measure these. I'll measure 10 of my indents for each of the 3 samples.